Well, hey, neighbor, it's me, Angie. Come on in. This is our live neighborhood chat. Yeah, I didn't put up a. I thank y'all for coming and visiting me today. I'm glad y'all were here. And I'm going to have to tell you all that I love you and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will have my neighborhood. Hey, hey, hey. Welcome in. Welcome in. How are y'all doing? I think I'm going to live. I know it's surprising, but I think I'm going to live again. Hey, Nana. I'm feeling a lot better. You can still hear it, and I got a cough, but not like I had this really bad cough. I'm doing breathing treatments, and I'm on an antibiotic, but it has been rough the last week and a half, but I'm slowly coming out of it. Been real weak. Been real weak, but that's part of yeah, this is good compared to what I have been. But anytime I get the least little bit of sickness, it turns my condition just goes downhill. I just get weak. I'm talking about weak. Um, but how are you? I enjoy coming into you and Angie's auctions when I can see that it's on and catch it. And those journals she had last night, I just happened to pop in, and all of a sudden she said, and you know, Nana, I love journals. And I was glad to get those. So when are you going back to Florida? I come on a little early today. I wasn't supposed to be on to 2:15, but I come on a little early. When will you be going back to Florida? I can't believe it's time. Uh, Thank you, Nana. I can't believe it's time for you to head back to Florida already. Hey, Tim, how are you doing? Welcome in. I was going to get outside yesterday, but it rained here. We're leaving around November the 8th, but it takes me weeks to get. I bet it does. I bet it does. Now, I'd hate to know that I had to switch my life back and forth like that every 6 months. Oh, you finally got a notification, Tim? Well, I'm glad. Well, originally I had this live planned for 11 this morning, but I forgot that I had physical therapy. And I said, well, I'm going to move it to the afternoon. But something good happened in physical therapy today. I was about ready to say, just forget it. I'm going to stop it altogether. I done got, yes, I'll be getting ready in a couple of weeks. I'll be really slowing down my auctions. Like permanently or just until you get to Florida? What do you mean, Nana? Like permanently slowing them down or uh just until you get to Florida? Oh, good, 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 good. Because I was like, wait a minute, what? Tim, I hope you're doing well. But anyway, I was about ready to tell my physical therapist that I was just through because, I got my new shoes and my right foot swells. And we hadn't been able to get my shoe, but it stretches. But because I have foot drop, it's hard to get my foot into that shoe. And I was getting discouraged. I almost texted him and told him not to come today. And I was like, no, I'm going to let him come. And I'm going to tell him to his face, that I don't think I could do it anymore. I get my hopes up and then, something happens. And if I'm going to be like this the rest of my life, I want to accept it. So he gets here and he says, you sound better. I said, yeah, but I got something to tell you. I said, I'm thinking about it. I'm just not going to do any more physical therapy. And he's like, no, we're not going to have that attitude now. And I said, well, I'm tired of just standing, just standing for minutes. I mean, it hurts my back. It hurts my hips just to stand in one spot for 6 to 8 minutes. It just hurts. I said, can I do some walking without my shoe? Because I had told him that I had walked. My lady that cleans my house, she and I rearranged my YouTube room, and I had to walk from the hall in here to get in my new chair because I was in my old chair, and I walked with my walker, which I can do that. And it's a pretty good distance. He said, you walked that distance? I said, yeah, I walked it. He said, oh, yeah, if you can walk that distance, I want to see you walk. So he stood me up, and James is here, of course. He said, I'll need him here. And he watched me walk. And he said, you're putting your good foot first, and you need to bring your foot drop foot first, and then bring your good foot and walk in slow spaces, slow steps. So I took about 8 steps, which made my back feel so good. I think my back hurts a lot of time because I sit so long, and I'm not up. But when I'm up, like standing up with my walker, and I start taking steps, it feels so good on my back. And I took about 8 steps. And he was like, oh my goodness, that looks so good. He said, I was thinking it wasn't going to look that good when you first started walking, learning how to just walk all over again. I said, well, I would rather walk than stand. I said, I don't want to stand all the time and just stationary. I want to move. He said, well, that's better. Standing we won't, but moving is even better. And so he said, but don't do it here at home by yourself. He said, I don't want you doing it by yourself. He said, that's the only thing that bothers me is if you start doing it by yourself. I said, oh, I won't. Hey, Leon, how are you? Hadn't seen you in a long time. So then I was like, okay, I'm good. It just kind of made a whole difference of me wanting to quit physical therapy and me wanting to keep going. So after I actually took a few steps, I was like, and then he told me, yeah, I agree, you need to walk during the day when somebody's here. And when I mean walk, I mean take steps, not like really walk. So every day I'm going to be taking steps and moving instead of just standing stationary. That got old, Hey, Squirrel Magnet, how are you doing? Welcome in. No, I would not, because I have this. I don't actually want to say fear, but I guess it is a little fear of falling and breaking my hip. That's what I have a fear of. You know what I'm saying? Because if I ever fell and broke my hip and had to have surgery, they said it would be like it would take a lot for me to recover from that. Not saying that I couldn't, but a lot of people are bedridden when they're in my condition and they break a hip. It's like they don't ever walk again. And I don't even want to think about that. So I wouldn't do it here by myself. And I probably wouldn't do it with anybody but James here and my physical therapist. I don't trust, well, Matt, him being a physical therapist, I would. But I don't trust anybody else. And I don't want them to carry the burden of if I fail and they were here with me, I don't want them to feel guilty about it. So I wouldn't put that on them. Hey, Radazzle, how are you? Welcome in. It's so good to see all you. I haven't seen you all in a while. Now, what you got going on today on this Thursday? What do you got going on? Have you got an auction going on with Angie, or what happened to January House? Do you do auctions with him anymore? Squirrel, did you ever get monetized? Did you get enough hours? Tim said it's garbage day for him. Yesterday was our garbage day. My channel members only auction today. What time is that? What time is that, Nana? What time is that? Is that where you have members that come and sell and then anybody can come, or is that just for members only in the chat, which I don't think that ever happens. Yes, auction with Mike every Tuesday and every other Friday. See, I don't get notifications of that. I don't get notifications of that for some reason. Hey, 710, how are you? Welcome in. Hey, Claudette, my twin. I was wondering if you were going to show up. I think we got some links that we got people that we need to drop their links. No, I did not get enough hours for the 3,000. Wait a minute. I thought when I was getting monetized, I only had to have 2,000 watch hours. Or was it 4? Might have been 4,000. It may have been 4,000. I don't remember. It's been a while ago. Y'all excuse me if I cough. It sounds a lot better than it did. But thank you, Claudette. You're so awesome. Anyway, so I started getting these no, this is new that Angie and I do. You have to be a channel member, second level or higher. We do free gifts, cheaper prices, games, etc. Oh, really? Now that is awesome. I might want to get involved with that. That sounds like a fun time. 710, how have you been doing? You get the 3,000 for the UPP 4,000. This is for full month. Oh, okay. So it was 4,000 when I got it. Yeah. Okay. So don't you get so far within a year and then they drop some hours off? Is that how they do it? I can't remember all that. I cannot remember how all that works. Anyway, what I was going to tell y'all, I got my latest video out. It's so fun. The games and the things we give for free and the discount prices are incredible. So is it like blocked off? Like if you're not a level 2 member, like you can't even see it? Is it like a private thing? Been doing well. Thanks for asking. How have you been, Angie? Well, as you can hear, I've had this congestion and cough and oh, yes, exactly. Okay, got you. That sounds like fun. I like to play games and things like that. I really do. But anyway, I put out my neighborhood chat video yesterday, and I had people emailing me and sending me text messages and talking about that video. And I went back, and I always watch my videos before I release them into the YouTube world to make sure that I think they look okay, or if there was nothing wrong with them, just play them back and listen to them. And I listened to it, and I thought, okay, that's fine. To me, it wasn't that great of a video, but everybody just seemed to be remarking on this video. And I said, well, what speaks to one person doesn't always speak to someone else. And with me being down and sick, are you subbed to January house auction? Maybe that's why you don't get notification. Oh, I'll have to look and see. Write that down. January house. Is it just January house? Is that just what it is? Or is it January house auction? Mike. So, let me tell y'all something I'm doing that y'all probably don't know yet. So, Janine's that is on with two old guys vintage and resale. They do the friends auctioning with friends. They do that, and they do. She has her own auction with Denise's Magical Emporium. Her name is Janine's, but her real name is Jen. So, hey, Pamela, welcome in. So I go over there. Of course, y'all know I visit all auctions, and I just watch, and I just hang out at a lot of different auctions. The ones that I get a notification and can find. And oh, thanks, Nana. So I'm gonna go on my phone and see. Well, yeah, I can see it on my phone. But she sent me an email about 3 weeks ago and said, would you like to come on the show and be up on panel with Denise and myself and Red Era Regina? So I emailed her back and I said, you do realize I don't sell. I'm not a seller. I don't sell things. Hey, Josie, how are you? I said, I don't sell things. And I said, I don't know if you still want me to be on the panel or not, but I just want to let you know, I won't be selling anything. And she sent me a message back. She said, yeah, I still want you to come up. So for the last 2 Mondays, I've been on Janine's and Denise's Magical Emporium, kind of keeping up with the chat. And the first week I wore my crown. The second week I wore this thing. I wore my candy corn thing. This thing lights up. I wore this. Next week I got something I'm going to wear to kind of dress up a little bit. But I'm doing that on Mondays I think theirs starts at 5. Starts at 5 o'clock. And then Josie and I are doing our the Calm Before the Storm, which is on my channel this next month in October, which is October let me look at it. Y'all, this year has gone by so fast. So it's October. Hold on a minute. October the 9th. It'll be on my channel. It's 6 p.m. Central, and that's a Thursday. And then 4 p.m. Pacific time at Josie's house. And thank you, Nana, for doing that. Oh, thank you, Nana. So, anyway, and y'all know me, I give out free gifts. So during every other round that they go 5 rounds. They sell 3 things each round. They have 15 things, and then it's over with. That's the way they do it. So every other round, I give away a free gift. Y'all know I love to give things away. So every other round that goes around, I give away a free gift in that auction. They just couldn't believe it. Are you sure you want to do that? Are you sure you want to give things away? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure that's what I do. I said, I do that on my channel. I like to do it. I need to get rid of some of this stuff that I have. That's what I was telling them, And I said, when you give, you can't outgive God. God's going to bless you tenfold. And that's not why I do it. But I do it because I enjoy doing it. But you're never going to lose when you give things. If you give them with a free heart and you really want to give things away, you're never going to lose. You can't lose. And so they're like, okay, if you want to, we'll help you with the postage and everything. I'm like, no, I don't need any help with the postage. I'm good. I mean, we're talking 3 gifts, okay? I already have the gifts here. It's not like I had to go out and buy them. I mean, I already have them. And I only have to pay for the postage to send them. We love to give for sure. I'm sending you some more of my soaps in your next box so you can give that away too. Awesome. Which I like your soaps, Nana. I'll give some away, but I like some of it too. It's so good to see you all. Thank you for coming in Angie's neighborhood. And you keep what you want, of course. So I'm on my break time. Well, thank you for coming in, Squirrel, on your break time. You could have been anywhere else. Thank you. Yes, it is. It is, Claudette. So, I don't know if y'all have been going over to Josie's and watching Josie lately, but and I missed it. Oh, Nana, I know you love to give. You're a giver too. I know. You are. Yeah. Hey, Mary, how are you doing? So Josie has been having these, and I hope she don't mind me telling it because it's her story, but I'm just going to share a little bit of it. She's been having these awesome jewelry sales. And if you want to go see the excitement of like really an auction, like a person bidding and then another bid and another bid, because Nana and Josie and all of us believe there's no friends in auctions. You bid what you want to bid, and everybody, you shouldn't get mad at your friend if they up the bid. I mean, that's what auctions are about. You bid, they bid. And Angie, say what you want. I trust you. Oh, thank you, Josie. Josie's a giver too. She loves to give. Tim is your wife's channel link on your channel, or what's her channel? Tim is your wife's channel link. Oh, she must be talking to somebody else. So anyway, I missed it the other day because Lincoln and Taylor were here. And when Lincoln's here, you have to pay attention to Lincoln because he's going to make sure that he has your undivided attention. So I couldn't pay attention to the auction and pay attention to him. So I didn't realize what had happened. So the next auction, they started talking about something great happening. And I was like, how do I always manage to miss something exciting happening in a channel? But I always manage. I don't know how I do. But what I'm saying, the reason I said all that is because when you're a giver, you just continually get blessed. And it just comes. You know, it just comes when you freely give. I mean, that's what I believe. And it's always worked out for me. Nana, it's cooking with the Munchie Mafia. Oh, we're going to start talking about food, are we? I think it's linked on my channel. Does Tim cook? Mary, how have you been doing? I just don't do magnet fishing. I also do metal detecting and other things outdoors. Yeah, those I like the magnet fishing and I like metal detecting. Those I like to watch those channels. Yes, Josie, you are very blessed. Yes. And I love to see it. Like when another channel does well, I am so excited for that channel. I mean, if anything happens on there, I'm like, yes, way to go. Tim found it and subbed. Oh, okay, gotcha. I guess it's there, but not clickable. Oh, it's Tim's wife's channel. Oh my goodness, look who just showed up. The cool kid of the block. The stock explorer. Nor the stock explorer. She's always been the cool kid of the block. That's what I've always referred her as because I see her as a kid. And I still don't believe that she's the age that she is, which that's always going to be debatable between she and I, unless I can actually see her birth certificate, which I'm not asking her to reveal that. I mean, you know, I'm not. It's better for me to think of her as being young anyway. But welcome in, Nora. Nora does those stocks. And Nora, are you still doing the scratch offs on your channel? Y'all excuse me for wiping my nose. Nora used to do this thing where she went through the car wash, which I know it probably got real expensive going through a car wash because they're not cheap. Going through a car wash is not cheap. And she would go through the car wash and she would talk. And I always loved the car wash videos. Live. It was a live chat. Thank y'all for being here. I really appreciate it. I don't know how many auctions is going on today, but I didn't see very many. But that's not the reason that I chose this time today. I chose this time because I had physical therapy at 11 o'clock and I couldn't come on it this morning. So I come on this afternoon. I didn't get a chance to come on yesterday. Yeah, it has taken every bit of energy that I have had to get dressed. I mean, I have been just like, oh, I don't think I can even get up out of my chair. I was telling Josie I had an echocardiogram that I was supposed to go to last Thursday. And that's when I was really, really sick, right in the middle of it. And my nurse came. And the day before, I think, it might have been that day. And I told her that I had to cancel it because I didn't even think I could get to the car. Well, I could have made it to the car in my wheelchair, but I didn't think James could have got me in the Jeep. I didn't think he could. I didn't think I had the strength to get in the Jeep to go to Jackson, which is 40 miles, get out at the doctor's office, go in the doctor's office, get seen, come back out, get back into the Jeep, get home, get back out, and come back in the house. I told James, I said, I just don't have the strength to do that. I just don't. I can't. And see, and a lot of people don't understand that. And I didn't before I got an autoimmune disease, because people would tell me, I'm just tired. I'm just weak and I'm tired. And I would think, well, go home and sleep. And once you sleep, you'll get rest and you'll feel fine tomorrow. Well, that's not the way it works with somebody that has a condition like I do. I mean, when you're weak, it's like you're this dish, like a Raggedy Ann doll. It's just like it's hard. You can't hardly lift your arms up and you're just weak. It's hard to explain. And I just called him and said, look, I don't think I can even get my husband. I don't even think I can get in the car. So I'm having to reschedule that. Oh, I hear that, Mary. Working and trying to get by. I try to be young at heart, at least. You are, Nora. I don't care what anybody says. You're the cool kid. Yes, I do. I do a variety. Yeah, I know. I don't I don't even get Nora's notifications. I don't. I don't even get her notifications to know when she goes live and when she doesn't. I don't know if I could go over there to her channel, unsubscribe, and then subscribe again, that I might be getting them. I don't know if that would work. YouTube is so crazy. It's kind of weird cooking channel. We spin a wheel to get the ingredient. Oh my goodness. No. You don't spin a wheel to get the ingredients. That's got to be interesting, because I can't imagine what y'all can come up with. Oh my goodness. Story time with Uncle Bill. Where have you been? See, I used to get his notices to go over and watch him. I don't even get his notifications. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome in. Oh my goodness. I got new old neighbors coming in for a new visit. This is wonderful. Tim, that sounds fun. I'll definitely try to watch. Uncle Bill, how have you been doing? Yeah, y'all subscribe to all these wonderful channels. There is Christina, girlfriend. How are you? Look, Christina sent me a box, and I wasn't expecting it. And it's addressed to me, but it says, "Attention, Berkeley Scott." And it's about a box like this, like this. It's taped up really, really tight. So I told James, and Taylor was here too. I said, I can't open it. I can't open it unless she's here or we go to their house. I said, because I want her to see where her name is on it and that it was directed toward her. So we have Libby's, can y'all believe this? Libby's 1-year birthday party on October the 11th. She'll be a year old on October the 12th. Can y'all believe it's been a year? And the theme of her birthday is girls just want to be one instead of girls just want to have fun. I thought that was cute. But anyway, I'm going to take that box, Christina, and I'm going to let her open it at Libby's birthday party. I didn't have the heart to open that box and it say having her name on it. I told James, I said, she will love that somebody sent her mail. But thank you, Christina. I have no idea. I know it's going to be something great in the box. I don't have any idea what it is, and it doesn't matter. She's going to love it. But just the fact that you put her name on it, she is going to be so excited. Because I send her mail to their house sometimes, and I'll put her name on it, and I'll tell Matt, you make sure she sees her name and that it was mailed to her for her. She loves to get mail, loves it. Oh, Nora, I'm not gonna feel. I had me worried because I thought I was gonna have to go in the hospital because my nurse called my doctor, said she heard some rattling in my chest that she thought I might have pneumonia. And I was just shaking my head like this will be the third time now because I was in the hospital in January, July, and if I was had to go the other day, and I told him, I said, y'all just gonna have to call the ambulance if I have to go because I can't get in the car. I'm so weak. I can't get in there. I'm telling y'all, I know me. I know I can't push myself up to get up in the seat. So if I have to go, y'all gonna have to call the ambulance because I can't. I was just that weak. So he called me in, like I said, the antibiotic and the breathing treatments. But you know the strangest thing, I wasn't running temp. My blood pressure was fine. My heart rate was good. Everything was good. It's just I had this bad cough and I had some rattling in my chest. And I was just saying, Lord, please, I don't want to go to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital. And I didn't go. And I am getting better. But y'all, I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth. Let me come in a little closer. I think sometimes hospitals are worse for you than good for you. I mean, they make you worse instead of better sometimes. I mean, I'm sorry. That's just the way I feel. Because the last time I was there, with back in July with my legs, where they had broken down and I had to have them wrapped and I was having to get antibiotic by IV. If I hadn't kept on them and said, I got to get up. I got to get up and get in my wheelchair. I'm not staying in this bed. Well, the first time I called in there, they were like, I said, I need to get up. They're like, you can't get up. You can't walk. And I said, who told you I couldn't walk? Well, that's what the nurses were saying out there, that you were paralyzed, that you couldn't walk. I was like, yes, I can walk. I can take a few steps with a walker. I said, get me a walker in here because I'm going to get up. You're not going to keep me in this bed. I'm not laying in this bed 7 days and not getting any movement. You can forget it. So I'm telling you, I know they mean well at hospitals, but only thing I could think of is if I went to this hospital and I stayed in the bed for getting, some breathing treatments and drip and all that for pneumonia, they wasn't about to get me up and let me sit up and get up and move around, and I'm just like, no, I don't need to go. So he said, if I got worse, to go to the ER. And I was like, okay, it's going to take a lot for me to go to the ER because I'm not going to go. And I did. Not saying I won't in the future, but not this time. Yeah, I do too. I do too, Nana. I do too. I like watching a variety of channels too. The cleaning channels are really interesting. Yeah. Oh, have y'all ever watched the one where they metal detect in the water, like they're on the beach? We watch those. Christina, how are you doing? Have you went back to work yet? I figured you would tell me if you did. I'm feeling like a wet washcloth is what I always say. Yeah, that's exactly the way you feel. Just like, you know, Thank you, Nana, for connecting with all these people in the chat. Nora is always a fun show. I don't get many notifications anymore. I know. I don't know what that's about. I don't see how Josie has time to watch anything. This woman had yesterday she was on the Hump Day auction with Johnny. And then last night she had an auction with Scooter Renee and Selena. I don't think she has anything to date, thank goodness. And then tomorrow she's on with Dee again. And then Saturday she has her individual sale. And then, of course, once a month she's on with me. I mean, I don't see how she has time to watch anything other than to do what she's doing. Oh, no, 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 no. Not crickets. No, no, no. Tell me no, no. Uh-uh. Uh-uh. Lack of notifications and unsubbing is how YouTube rolls. Yeah, I believe it. I don't ever get squirrel magnets fishing and outdoors, and I know I'm connected with him because Judy May asked everyone to go over and connect with his channel because he was trying to get watch hours to get monetized. So I know I'm connected to him, but I don't ever get his notifications. Oh, hey Kim, how are you? Welcome in. So glad you dropped by. So I got to tell y'all the story of something that happened. Yeah, a year old. Yeah, she is, Nana. Yeah. And Berkeley will be 5 in December. She'll start kindergarten next August. Yeah. It's professionally trained chef. The idea is if she can make something good out of what is fun for, you can look in your fridge and find something to make for dinner. Yeah, I agree. It's a goodie box for Berkeley, lots of girly stuff. I figured that's what it was. I figured that. Okay, Uncle Buck, thank you for dropping by. Ooh, nice cup of coffee. We also promote all channels that show up as our show up shout out program. Now, I like that show up shout out. That's nice. I'm so glad you're having a good day, Claudette. You scared me the other day when you fell out on your laptop and nobody could figure out what was going on, and it just kept sending messages under your name. That was scary. You can easily pick up a secondary infection in the hospital, especially if your immune system. Yes, I agree with that. It was just on the news, widespread virus that's not treatable going through hospitals right now. Doctors and hospitals are not always the answer. I agree, Josie. I have to agree, Angie. I ended up worse the last time I was in the hospital. Look at here. Ella, Ella, Ella. Ella, Ella, Ella. Ella, Ella, Ella. Hold on, Ella. Hold on. Let me find it. What Nana did. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. Here we go. Super Thank you, Ella. Nana Tink did that super chat for me. She is wonderful. But let me tell y'all, Ella and I have been watching Big Brother. I know a lot of people probably do not keep up with that show, but she and I have been watching it. And it's almost over. They're going to do the finale Sunday, I think. But we've been emailing each other back and forth about what has been going on and who we're rooting for and who we're not rooting for and all this stuff. She sends me an email and says, I have missed the last 2 episodes of Big Brother and I don't know how. Well, I thought, well, I can just catch her up. I didn't know if she meant, I thought she meant she wasn't going to go back and watch it and that she had just missed them and was just going to start watching from where they are now. So I said, well, I'll just tell her what's going on. I wasn't supposed to tell her what was going on, and I filled her in. And she's like, on her auction today, she's like, well, I guess I don't have to go back and watch it now. Angie told me what happened. I felt so bad. But it was funny. No job yet. Had an interesting and supposed to have a good second interview with the director. Nice. Let me know. I'm praying for you to get the right one. Look at here, Tooch Man. Hey, Tooch, how are you? Welcome in. I know all y'all know Tooch. He's a kid, he's a kid at heart. He's sort of like Nora, but he's the male and Nora's the female. So, here we go. But this is for you, Tooch Man. Super Channel. Thank you, Tooch. Y'all are so kind. Thank y'all so much. Tooch has auctions, of course. Here I go again with the auction. But he's on with Dawn Southern Finds and Yarn again, Teresa. He also does, I think, with Angie's Oddities. She's Angie 2, I'm Angie 1, which that doesn't mean like I think I'm number 1 and she's number 2. That's just how we distinguish between us, Hey, Yankee Cow, how are you doing? Welcome in. So, oh, you're working on packaging, and that's another thing. When Josie has a big sale, she individually wraps all of her pieces of jewelry. Oh, I could not even imagine. Just the giveaways that I do, that I have to, because I always put a little note in my giveaways, like a long little note, and put it in an envelope and then wrap it or put it in a box and just doing 3, I'm like, oh, I'm so glad that's over. I can't imagine what y'all go through all the time, just sending out packages and boxing them and putting everything in there. And I mean, it's one thing to get in front of people and sell, and you want to sell a lot, but it's another thing after it's over with that you got to invoice, you got to wait for the money, you got to wait for them to pay you. Then you got to get it all together, put it in a box or an envelope or whatever. You want to make it look presentable. You want to make sure that they can't destroy it going through the mail. Oh my gosh, it just makes me tired thinking about it. Yankee Cow, I hope you've been doing well. Hey, Amy, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. I like to catch Amy's auctions too. She has the prettiest brooches and jewelry. I mean, oh, and she also has the little frames that you can put the like this. Let me show y'all what I've done with this one. This is the better side of it. That's all silver. I won that on channel. They were giving away so many grams of silver and this dragonfly, and I won it. So I put it inside one of these. She also has these little things that you can get to put brooches in that are real cute. But welcome in, Amy. So good to see you. I know, Nana. I know. Lincoln will be 2 in December. Lincoln will be 2 in December. Hey, Krista. How are you? Welcome in. So I'm going to have a 1-year-old, a 2-year-old, and a 5-year-old. Everybody's speaking. I wanted to tell y'all the little story. Hey, Aisha, how are you? She was on with Aisha was on with Dawn Southern Finds and Yarn Again. And she was showing the jewelry that she makes. She makes necklaces with earrings to match, and it was some pretty jewelry. I know, Nan. I love that super chat video. Trying to get down here so I can tell y'all this story. It's funny. I have a funny story to tell y'all. I am seeing your comments, I guess. Am I not reading them? Amen to that, Josie. Oh, good afternoon, my sweet friend. I don't want to miss anybody. I don't want to miss anybody. So he's talking about the channel. Let me get down here to the Oh, Hawaii. Nice, Yankee Cow. Hey, Terry, how are you doing? Y'all, Terry puts up a devotion every morning on her channel. It's a little short. I think it lasts about a minute or so, and I try to watch them. Really good. She also has auctions too, of course. All right, Josie, love you. I'll talk to you soon, okay? Oh, the Moolywood show. Hey, Amy, they started doing the like free thing, didn't they? So you must have mentioned that to Tracy. What I said about doing the square that gave away a free prize. They were doing something a little different when I went in there last time. All right, Tim, it was so good of you to drop by. Thank you. You're welcome, Aisha. Let me get down here. Hey, Kathy, how are you doing? Welcome in. Is your name? I say she cooks and roasts, but I don't want to pronounce your name wrong. But is it Latoya? Is that how you pronounce your name? I can butcher names, and I always, if I'm not sure, I'll use like she cooks and roasts or she roasts and raised. This channel right here, this lady is so funny. She dresses up as different characters, and it's an adult YouTube channel, of course, but she does funny skits. But anyway, I don't want to get her name wrong. I got peanut butter filling donuts with chocolate icing for a treat today. Oh my goodness. That sounds amazing. Welcome in, Kathy. I'm so glad you made it. Oh, okay. Okay. Because I noticed that they started doing that. Because I thought that would be a cool idea to start the little free square. Okay, so I got to tell y'all this funny that happened to me. I was here by myself. Of course, I was here by myself. Something always happens when I'm here by myself. And I had a few dishes in the sink that I didn't want to put in the dishwasher because it wasn't enough to make a load, and I didn't want them just sitting in there and them dirty. It was like a couple of saucers, a couple of glasses, um, I don't know, just maybe 5 or 6 things. So I take those few things out of the sink and put them over here to run the waters to get it soapy and all that. Well, when I do, I look down, the hole where you put the stopper. I look down in there and I think, is that food? You know how food would go down into your thing? And I'm like, and I can't see really well. My eyesight's not that good. I said, is that food? And I said, I'm not touching that. That don't look good. So I take the end of a butter knife or a spoon, I can't remember, not the actual end that you eat off of, but the other end. And I just go down there like I'm gonna scoop it out like it's something that I don't know what it is. Well, when I go to scoop it, it is a frog. A frog that is alive. Now, y'all have to understand, I cannot stand frogs. I'm here by myself. I almost jumped out of my wheelchair. This thing starts jumping. Okay, this frog does. I'm losing it. I am losing it. So finally, it gets back down in the sink, and I mean, I'm just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Oh my gosh, oh my god, I'm just freaking out. And the frog wasn't but about this big. It wasn't very big, and I can't even imagine how it got in the house. I don't know. So I take a cup, like a plastic cup, and I finally get it back into the side of the sink, and I put a cup over it, like to make sure it doesn't move. And I said, you will stay there until James Smith gets home because I am not moving that lid at all. And I get myself calmed down. Well, my nurse shows up. She comes in and she walks over to the sink because she always washes my feet and my legs before she bandages them back up. So she goes over to the sink and she sees that cup and I'm like, don't move it, don't move it. She turns around and looks at me and I said, it's got a frog under it. And she's like, okay. And I said, no, you don't understand. I cannot stand frogs. And it starts jumping and I can't deal with it. She said, do you want me to get the frog? I said, can you get the frog? She's like, yeah, I'll get the frog, no problem. I was like, so I backed into my dining room and she was in the kitchen. I was like, I don't want to be anywhere near it. If it starts jumping, I cannot stand a frog. So she gets it, she takes it outside, and I said, look, when you come back in with that glass, you throw that glass in the garbage because I do not want that glass anymore. And it was a little plastic thing, like little plastic cup glass looking thing. She said, you don't want this glass? I said, no, ma'am. You chunk it in the garbage. I don't ever want to drink out of that again. She was rolling. I mean, rolling. I said, that frog would have stayed right there till James Smith got home, and he would have took it outside because I wasn't touching the frog. And I said, I almost went to the bathroom on myself. I almost come out of my wheelchair. I mean, I was losing it. If somebody would have been looking through the window when I touched that frog and it went to jumping up and down out of that sink, they would have said, oh my gosh, that girl she's gone crazy. I am not kidding. I lost it when that frog jumped out. Yeah, yeah, I knew that. Yeah, yeah. It is almost Friday, Ellen. Welcome in. Welcome in. Ellen does a good devotion too that I watch every morning. That's really good on her channel. Oh, you love frogs? Oh no, 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 no. Man, when that thing went to jumping, I mean, and like I said, it wasn't that big. It was about like that. I lost it, man. I lost it. I know, Mary. No, Well, he was getting it because he was in my sink in the little drainage thing, and I couldn't figure out. I'm like, where did he come from? And James says, well, when I went out yesterday to do something, I left the door open and maybe he jumped in then. I don't know how he got in. I said, well, I'm thinking he came up through the sink, the pipe, but he said he would have never fit through that because down there the trout, it's got little holes in it, but nothing can fit through there. And I said, I don't know how he got in, but he's back out now. I know. I mean, it was funny, but y'all, the sad thing about it is, I would have probably took something if I hadn't had that cup because I wanted him to live. I didn't want to have to unalive him, because I just couldn't do that. I mean, I could have. He would have jumped on me if he would have jumped on my body and me in a wheelchair. I would have. I would have probably took him in my hand and slung him. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I probably would have. Because and especially if he would have jumped on my back and I couldn't have got out of my wheelchair fast enough, oh, it could have been a big, big, big episode. It could have been a big deal. But I just said no, I'm gonna cover him up with this cup. And I don't know if he would have suffocated or not. I didn't even think about suffocation. I didn't even think about that. That would have been bad. But anyway, oh, I was just No, let's don't. Nana said, I love frogs too. No, no, no. It wasn't the fact that he was going to bite me. It's just the sliminess of it and the fact that he might have would have jumped on me. You know what I'm saying? He might have would have jumped on me. And I just was going to be like, no. Thank you, Amy. Why does it always have to be something we hate? I hate spiders and they always find me, right? I know, but see, if I would have stuck my hand down there instead of getting that the end of that spoon or knife or butter knife, whatever I had, and just grabbed a hold of it, oh, it would have been bad because I would have felt the sliminess of his body, and then it would have just been like I would have probably wet myself. I would have probably TT'd all over myself, and I would have probably been screaming, and it would have just been bad. It would have been bad. Oh yeah, that's what y'all need to do. Send me jumping beans. That's right. Yeah, the unpredictable jump of a frog is what gets me. Yeah, I had a iguana from the time he was a baby. When I sold him, sadly, he was 6 feet long. Oh wow! Thank God you didn't turn the garbage disposal on. Well, I don't know why I didn't because I was just curious. I was like, that doesn't look like food. And if it is, if James Smith has put something in my sink and just knowing that it wouldn't go down, because I could see that it was about that big around without its legs. It was just sitting in there because I couldn't see legs. All I saw was the body. I didn't know it at the time that it was just the body. And I thought, what has James put in the sink knowing that it wouldn't go down the drain? What has he done? So that's why I went to, kind of jabbing at it, because I was like, what has he put in this sink? Because I knew I had not put anything in there. And Lord, frogs don't bother me. It's the other insects that jump and fly I don't like. Now, snakes, that would have scared the heck out of me. Yeah, yeah. Snakes would have that would have scared me too. Yeah. And I'll tell you something else I don't like, and that's a mouse. I do not like those little small mice. The little small ones. I will walk a mile. I will walk a mile in the other directions just to get around a mile. I mean, a mouse. Well, now I'll ride in my wheelchair. I just sent you a pic. How did you send me a pic on Facebook? How did you send me a pic? I don't mind anything with four legs, but snakes are seriously the scariest creatures on earth. I don't like snakes either. I love eating frog legs. Now, I'm not sure. This is the strangest thing about that. I know I haven't eaten frog legs, and I guess it's because I don't like frogs. Because I know James and my children have had them in restaurants. But the strangest thing, I will eat alligator, but I won't eat frog legs. That's the weirdest thing to me. But they say frog legs are good. I mean, oh, you emailed it to me. Okay. Let's see. See if I got it. Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. Yeah, look at this picture. She's holding a frog in her hand. That is not me. No. We have an open space behind us, and every time the city does some kind of construction in that park, we get little field mice in our garage. I know, and I cannot stand a mouse. I had them once. They are a lot like rubbery chicken. I dislike frogs big time, but I'll eat them. That's another thing we have in common, Claudette. We don't like frogs. I've had frog leg and gator, not a fan. The alligator has a sweetness to it. It's got a sweet taste to it. And if you cook it too long, it is kind of rubbery. You just got to know how to cook it. But it's got a sweeter taste than chicken. Christina said, I like frog and I will eat frog legs. Mice don't bother me. Snakes do. I don't like the jumping spiders. I don't know. Have y'all ever seen those big, huge spiders? I mean, they're about, some of them are bigger than that. And for some reason, they can get in your house. And I'm like, how is that possible? Yeah, the frog whisperer. Yep, Amy, a big old bullfrog. I used to catch them all the time at the local lake in Bar Harbor, Maine, where I grew up. No, 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 no. But I had to tell y'all the frog story because James, I thought he was going to lose it. I was like, it wasn't funny at the time because I was literally like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And I'm in the wheelchair. I'm trying to decide, which direction to go in because he's jumping. Okay. He jumped in the other side of the sink onto my drain rack, jumped back off the drain rack, back into the sink, back over to the side that he was originally in. And when he jumped back to the side he was originally in, I just grabbed a cup and went and covered him up like, okay, we good now. We good because he is not going anywhere until I let that cup up. And thank goodness that my nurse came by because I would have hated for him to suffocate. We had a restaurant here in Colorado. It's been here for almost 100 years. They serve gourmet elk, snake, gator, frog legs, and fried ostrich eggs. It's so expensive. Okay, let's break this down. They serve elk, that's a no for me. Snake, that's a no. Gator, I'll eat. Frog legs, I may try, I may not. I don't know, probably not. Fried ostrich eggs. Now I'm gonna tell you, none of this stuff is off the table if I'm starving. And that's the last thing that I have to eat. Now none of it's off the table. But if I have other things I can choose from, nothing's on the table. You get me? Nothing's on the table. But if it's like if I hadn't eaten in a while and I need nutrition, of course I'm going to try it, but not by choice. Oh, they've got all of my, all Amy. They got it all, Amy. Anything that is where, hold up, it doesn't belong can be unsettling, but a little frog, that's just funny, Angie. Well, I guess it's funny now, but it wasn't funny then because I was like, nope, nope. I honestly would have, if it would have got loose and I couldn't have seen where it went, I would have probably went out and sat on my front porch until James got home or till the nurse got here and her helped me find it or reassure me that it wasn't coming back. I would have literally opened the front door because a bird flew in the house one day. I had my front door open and it was springtime. Elk meat is delicious if prepared correctly. Also, serve Rocky Mountain. No, 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 no. I don't want Rocky Mountain oysters. Nope. See, a lot of people like lean meat, but I know from experience, like when we get a cow processed, because we get our meat, like we buy a calf from somebody we know and we have it processed. And if they get our hamburger meat too lean, it doesn't taste right. I mean, you can get meat too lean. You got to have a little fat in there to make it taste good to me. Not a lot of fat, just a little bit. I get that. I have left the bedroom for the night when a large spider disappeared. I couldn't go to bed knowing it was there. I know. So when I was sitting at the front door looking out. Like sometimes I video, my bird houses and all. It was just turning springtime, and I was sitting there just watching the birds and, enjoying it. And what happened? A bird flew in my house. And of course, James wasn't here. Nobody was here but me. Just me. That bird flew into my dining room, okay? Flew over my head, landed in the living room first, then it flew into the dining room. Sat where the curtains are in my dining room. I was losing it. This is when I was in my other wheelchair. I was losing it. I was like, no. So James is at work. I called my dad. He lived 25 minutes from me. My mom answers the phone. I said, you tell Dad there's a bird that flew in my house. He needs to come get it out. I'm not going back in the house until he gets that bird out. He comes. I'm sitting out on the porch. He comes in, and the bird flies right out the door. My ex-husband tricked me into eating those, and they actually were pretty delicious. Oh, wow. I'm impressed, Amy. You'll try anything. Fat is where the flavor is, and it keeps the meat from drying out when cooking. Trim / drain it off after you cook it. Yeah, I agree. The Winning Walk with Christina. My brother lives on the north end of Colorado Springs. I live 100 miles north of the Colorado Springs. I've always wanted to go to Colorado. I bet it's very pretty. Your home must be a nature portal. Laughing out loud. That reminds me, y'all are not going to believe this. I don't know why I'm stuck on these stories. My sister and I were just learning how to drive, okay? And we have this car, this LTD2. They had the LTD, and then they had the LTD2, and it only had 2 doors. And it was white on the bottom and kind of orangey gold on top. So she and I were going to the store for my mom. True story. This is a true story. And we were teenagers. We had the windows down and we had the radio blasting. I might have even had my foot kind of up on the dash. That's kind of like when you didn't have to wear seatbelts and you could just do whatever you wanted to in cars. Well, we're going down the road, and I don't know how fast she was going. I really don't know how fast. A bird flew in that car, past my face, beside me to the back of the car, lands in the back glass of the car, spreads its wings out like this. This is no joke. We are both freaking out. I'm surprised we didn't wreck. I wish she was in this chat right now. She would tell y'all. She was driving. I was the passenger. We are freaking out right now. How are we going to get this bird? Now, you remember it's a 2-door vehicle. It's not a 4-door. So we pull over. No cell phones, no nothing. We got this bird in the car with us. We pull over. We are ducking down in our seats and looking at this bird like trying to get that bird to fly over us to go out the window. I'm not lying. It took us, I don't know how long, to convince that bird to fly, to go. But we finally get this crazy bird out of the car, get back home, and try to tell my mom that this happened, that this bird flew. And she said, wait a minute, y'all wouldn't stop. Y'all were going like riding along, and this bird just flies in the car. And we're like, yeah, just flew in the car. And us going, and she said, that doesn't make any sense. How does a bird just fly in there when you traveling down the road? And she said, y'all sure y'all not smoking something? Have y'all taken something? We were like, no, this bird actually did fly in the car. For a few minutes, she didn't even believe us that this bird had flew in the car. It's crazy. Or maybe you're a modern day Snow White and Angie and the animals just flock to you. I don't know. A bee is also the worst to get in when you're driving because we're afraid of it. We're afraid it will sting and trying to pull over hot. Yes. But I mean, I was 14 years old. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget. I was 14 years old and we were going down the road and that bird flew in our car. And it was like it landed in the back glass and just spread its wings out like, okay, I'm here now. I'm good. I'm good. And it was like, no, you're not good. You got to get out, buddy. It was the craziest thing. Crazy. So what y'all got going on this week? If y'all got anything going on, like an auction or something that's happening on your channel, please put it in the chat. Everybody, please connect to these channels. Connect to Christina. She does dumpster diving videos. She goes on walks. So follow her. All right, Amy. Thank you for dropping by. I'll see you tonight. Ellen, when are you doing your auctions, Ellen? Is Ellen still in here? Anyway, Ellen has auctions. And I don't know if she switched hers to Tuesday. She must have switched hers. Did you switch your auctions to Tuesday? When are you going to do your auctions, Ellen? I don't know if Ellen's still in here. Anyway, Ellen has auctions. Cool Ranch has auctions. If anybody else has things going on in their channel, so glad you made it, Kathy. Krista, thank y'all for coming in. I'm so glad that all y'all dropped by. I have really been down in the dumps. I'm not going to lie. I'm so tired of being sick. Y'all make me feel bad. We got an alarm going off. Wait a minute. We got an alarm going off here. Public safety alert, statewide 911 system outage. If you are experiencing an emergency, please contact your local law enforcement agency or first responder agency directly. Crews are actively working to fix the issue. Our 911. That's crazy. Yes, ma'am. Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 new shows too. Sunday night, drive cross country with 5 or more sellers, and Thursday, get together with 10 sellers. Wow. You stepping out there, Ellen. Are you still doing your show with Red Era Regina? Are you still doing your show with I think that Red Era Regina? Hey hippie, how are you doing? Welcome in. How are you doing, honey bun? I'm glad you made it. Hippie is a friend of mine from the Costume Jewelers channel. And we all know the costume jeweler who I love and adore, which I'm supposed to call today. I'll probably call him when I get off this live. He tried to call me yesterday and was checking on me. He always is concerned about me and my health. And he tried to call me yesterday and I was taking a nap. I'm sure that I'll have that 911 issue fixed lickety split. Yeah. Could be better, miss. You're sorry. Could be better. Miss you. Sorry, life's been hectic. Oh, yeah. I'm feeling better today, Hippie. Better than I felt in 2 weeks. Yeah, Regina is on with me on the first Tuesday of the month. Terry and Joanne are on with me the last Tuesday of the month. Gotcha. I've heard all about that. Oh, the costume jeweler, Amy? Yeah, I've met him a couple of times in real time, real life. We've met and had lunch together, and he is a really awesome person. I don't know what you've heard about the channel, but he's a really awesome person. He's the same in person as he is on his channel, and he always checks on me. Lots of new stuff going on. Sadly, no one showed up Tuesday for the September 8th birthday giveaway, third Tuesday of October for the next one. I try to come there, Ellen, when I get a notification. Because a lot of times if I don't get a notification, I am usually somewhere else wandering around. I'm like one of those kids that, I'm focused, and then somebody says, bird, and I'm looking over that way. I'm distracted. Oh, the winning walk with Christina. How scary is that? I can be dangerous if a bee gets in and you're on a highway and can't pull over. I can't even imagine that. I can't even imagine that. And bee stings hurt so bad. I do. I do, Amy. I do. I want to tell y'all something about bee stings and things like that. I had actually it was my mom's first cousin, but we called him Uncle Jimmy, but he was really my mom's first cousin. That's the way we do things here in the South. But he was out cutting his grass. He was up in age. I mean, he was surely older than I am. Well, he might have been in his 50s then. I was probably in my 30s. He was bitten by 3 red ants. Red ants now, just 3. Do you know he almost died before they got him to the hospital? That's how allergic he was to those ants. He had 3 ant bites on his foot. And if they hadn't gone to the hospital, he would have died. So y'all be careful when y'all are around things that bite and sting and all that, especially if you don't know if you're allergic to them. You're not allergic to them. Yeah, I couldn't pull over at the time. Condry was in the back seat, maybe 6 months old. Let's just say he was unalive. Oh, yeah. I would have said, yeah, you unalive, buddy. I don't blame you. If it would have been my kid in the back seat, yeah. Amy, I get some of your messages from Messenger, and when you send them, I come over to your auction. Is that what you're talking about? Because I get your messages. I just remembered that. Oh, okay. All right, guys, I've been on an hour and 30 minutes. It's been nice. I can't believe I've lasted an hour and 30 minutes. I didn't think I was going to last this long with my breathing and everything. But I've got to go take my breathing treatment. And it's been nice. I was hugging a tree in Jamaica and suddenly dancing around the tree. Hubby thought I was being funny. No, it was fire ants on the tree. Oh no. Fire ants are so bad. Thank you, Hippie. Thank y'all for coming. I love each and every one of y'all, and there's nothing y'all can do about it. Catch y'all on the next live. Don't forget to go watch my video. It's only 14 minutes long. You don't have to watch all of it. Bye.